Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in!
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Sacker down by the end line. Puts us across. Loser eye! And just like that, 1-1. Now Elders may look to take a shot. He does, and he buries it! Steps up, and just like that, Reed Dennis comes up big. Loser eye, 1-on-1. Loser eye, oh, he'll be taken down inside the box.
Knocked back in, Nationals got it. Bicycle kick for a goal!
Now Sacker. Sacker into the 18. Sacker shot. That goes off the goalkeeper's glove into the net. 2-1 here in the 32nd. This one played in. That's a good ball. And that one goes in. And just like that, the Nationals now have a 1-0 lead. Walensky puts his far post. One-touch opportunity. And what a great goal that was.
Joaquin Beatty of Ohio League.
Look at that shot from Sevy Roy. My goodness, Sevy Roy with a left-footed banger.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Northwestern is up from 12, now at 10.
Voice of Michigan Student Athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Are you looking to take your game to the next level? Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? Our packages include a player profile where you show your preferred positions, the club, the league, or school that you play in, your current coach contact information, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Michigan Soccer Network. And for Baccarat, and there it goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, the ball falls to Buckley. 1-on-1 with Etheridge. What a save! Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for Girls Soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrat. Ball comes in, a good head! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge! Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0! Bersma, but then for Vlasma! 3-0! Stewart Heiss with a shot! Upper 90 and in! Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos. Mario Canoe now finds Stock. Stock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it! It's in! The Red Hawks equalize!
Welcome in, everybody, to the Michigan Soccer Network for a top 10 matchup between the number 9 Berkeley Bears and the number 4 Oxford Wildcats. It's going to be an exciting one, a showdown in the OAA Red Division. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. My name is Giovanni Moscheri. I'm joined by MSN News Director Dan Stickrad. Teams coming in near the top of the competitive OAA Red Division. Oxford coming in at number 2 with a 1-0-2 conference record. 4 all record, while Berkeley just behind them in number 3, 2-1-0 record, and 10-1-0 record. Dan, this is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, you got some of the best teams in the state on the pitch on a beautiful, newly painted, upgraded field. This is going to be fun.
OAA Red Division, there's 5 of the top 10 teams, top 15 rankings come from all the OAA Red Division. Oh, I mean, we have 2 of these teams playing here today.
Yeah, we got
Troy. 2 more playing. Rochester Adams and Troy are scoring off as well. And the other 3 teams, there's 8 schools in this division. The other 3 teams aren't chopped liver as well. So this has been, since its formation back in 1994, this has been consistently one of the best leagues in the state year after year. And it shows you how much depth is in the league when the last 2 Division I state champions came from the OAA Red but did not win the regular season conference championship. So many very quality teams that could win district championships, make a run of that Final Four, perhaps play on the season's final day. Troy Athens won it all last year. They were actually 3rd in the conference. Oxford won it, and Berkeley was 2nd. 2 years ago, Rochester Adams won the state championship. They were 17-1-6 overall. Finished 4th in the conference.
No doubt, and when you see teams like this, a lot of them are bound to make it deep into the playoffs. We'll see how this matchup plays out here. Number 9 Berkeley and number 4 Oxford Coming up soon, right here on the Michigan Soccer Network.
He'll cut it back on his left foot, and there goes in! Towards the 6, a one-time shot, and it's 2. Now one with Etheridge! What a save! One-time shot! My goodness! One finds his way to the back. Clark's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it! It's in! Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in!
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Sacker down by the end line. Puts us across. Lose your eye! And just like that, 1-1. Now Elders may look to take a shot. He does, and he buries it! Steps up, and just like that, Reed Dennis comes up big. Lose your eye, 1-on-1. Lose your eye. Oh, he'll be taken down inside the box.
Knocks back in. Nationals got it. Bicycle kick for a goal!
Now Sacker. Sacker into the 18. Sacker shot. That goes off the goalkeeper's glove into the net. 2-1 here in the 32nd. This one played in. That's a good ball. That one goes in. And just like that, the Nationals now have a 1-0 lead. Walensky puts his far post. One-touch opportunity. And what a great goal that was.
Joaquin Beatty of Ohio League.
Look at that shot from Sevi Roy. My goodness, Sevi Roy with a left-footed banger.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Northwestern is up from 12, now at 10.
Voice of Michigan Student Athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game. We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Are you looking to take your game to the next level? Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? Our packages include a player profile where you show your preferred positions, the club, the league, or school that you play in, your current coach contact information, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Our mission is to help players take their game to the next level and reach their potential. Not only do we help develop fundamental technical skills such as ball control in tight spaces with different surfaces, dribbling at speed and changing direction, using a variety of 1v1 skills to create space, receiving on a half turn, hook turn, and out of the air, finishing off the dribbling, one-touch, volleys, and headers. We help players get comfortable performing these skills at game speed, with pressure, and with both their dominant and non-dominant foot. In addition, we help players with their speed of play, awareness of space, defenders and teammates, and also dominate with their off-the-ball movement. We offer a variety of services such as one-on-ones, small groups, large groups, as well as team sessions. We have an experienced coaching staff that is professional, friendly, patient, while still holding players to high standards and holding them accountable. No matter what level you're at as a player, I'm confident we can help you get better. Over the past 3 years, we've built one of the best soccer-specific training facilities in the country and developed one of the most detail-oriented programs to help out players. Visit our website.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Michigan Soccer Network for a top 10 matchup in the OAA Red Division between the hosting Berkeley Bears and the Oxford Wildcats. And as you see next to those names, next to those teams, ranked in the state, top 10 in the state, Berkeley 9th and Oxford 4th. One of many teams in the OAA Red Division ranked in the top 15 from the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association. So this one is bound to be good. My name is Giovanni Mosheri. I'll be your play-by-play for today. I am joined by MSN News Director Dan Stickrath for color commentary, Jonathan Turner and Corey Bird in the studio for production, Sam Fisher as well for a busy, busy day here on the Michigan Soccer Network. This is one of 3 games we're broadcasting as we speak right now, and we're lucky enough to get the one with the sweet Berkeley Bear logo on the fresh, updated, and upgraded field that we see here today.
Very impressive Berkeley Bears logo indeed. More impressive is the OA Red Division. Again, they've produced the state champions 2 years in a row. 5 of the 8 members are in the top 10 in the state, all in Division 1. And there's 4 of these teams are playing tonight. So again, Berkeley, Oxford here, and then Rochester, Adams, and Troy also on the network as well. So it's a great night of soccer alone in the OA Red Division, let alone the rest of the state.
And we'll take a look here in the Troy High and the Rochester match. A close opportunity for Troy to even it up. Meanwhile, Adams leading it so far. If that's more your fancy, then we also got it here on the Michigan Soccer Network. Nathan Wangler on the call, doing a great job for us. So like we mentioned, we got a whole lot going on here. And what's really fun is we have the ability to hop from game to game to give you a little bit of a game break, an update as to the other contests going on, so that you don't have to go clicking around all that much for today.
We also have Bloomfield Hills and Royal Oak out of the OAA White Division on the network as well here tonight. So the trifecta of games here in Oakland County. Last night we had a pair of games, one in Macomb County, one out in the west side of the state in the Grand Rapids area. Continue to add games across the state, both at the high school, club, and the NAIA collegiate level as well.
And coming into this match, we'll look at the Oxford Wildcats. Past 3 games here, they come into this one with a 4-0 win on the 11th against West Bloomfield, but 2 ties would follow them against Rochester Adams and Birmingham Seaholm to come into this one. You know, now with the most momentum here, we'll look at Berkeley, who's coming into this one with great momentum, but able to stay afloat with a couple of ties, helping them stay at number 2 in the OAA Red. Meanwhile, Berkeley, they come into this one red hot, 11-1 goal differential in their past 3 games with a 4-1 victory over Detroit Western and 2 shutouts, 5-0 against North Farmington and 2-0 against Clarkston, bringing them home today at Hurley Field in Berkeley, Michigan.
Yeah, Berkeley, you look at their lineup, 39-6 overall in goals scored, goals against, with 8 shutouts already. They have not been shut out as a team thus far. Last year, they outscored the opposition 62-11. They had one bad game all of last year. They lost 5-2 to Troy Athens, your eventual state champion. That loss came in the district semifinals at Berkeley. Athens went on to beat Troy for that district championship before they made their run. But great defensive team Berkeley's been ever since coaching changed 15 years ago. Steve Losiak, they have been a model of consistency year in and year out. 1 year in 2011 they were 500. Other than that, they've been above 500 overall. And last year they had a great season. Seth Davison had 15 shutouts for the Bears. He is on the roster at NCAA Division I, University of Wisconsin. Nathan Callio was a backup goalkeeper as a sophomore. He's been slotted into the starting lineup. Callio was one of a multitude of players here in Oakland County that played for Detroit City FC South Oakland club team that won the USYS Premier Elite National Championship here in July, and Callio was all tournament selection. So you lose one great goalkeeper, you inherit another one. That's why they've only given up 6 goals this season. Oxford's played a extremely difficult schedule. They've played a lot of the big names in Division I, Division II, and Division III. They've outscored their opposition 33-10 with 5 shutouts. They have not lost yet, 8-0-4. Last year they started the year 8-1-1. This year they're 8-0-4. Wildcats have 13 seniors, including a very talented exchange student in their lineup. So this is another one of those clash of the Titans here tonight. There are several big-time games across the state of Michigan. Berkeley and Oxford just a couple minutes away from colliding here as we take a look at the new field at Berkeley High School.
We're going to take a look here for the Bloomfield and Royal Oak game. Into the 21st minute, we got Royal Oak in the white kits and Bloomfield in the royal purple. And we also got the Troy High Colts and the Rochester Adams Highlanders going at it there in the 22nd minute of their match. Adams leading it 1-0. We'll be keeping you updated on those games throughout the broadcast today. And Dan, we're so lucky to get a matchup like this, one with extremely talented goalkeepers on each side. You went into it just a moment ago, but this one is sure to be fun. It's one of those matches where you don't know whether you're going to get locked down defense and a race just to one goal, or you're going to get fireworks flying. You really can't tell with teams being able and talented enough to do both.
That's just that. You look at the 3 games on the network tonight, there's so many future collegiate players on these 3 rosters. In these 3 games. Berkeley, Oxford have several players that will eventually end up in collegiate rosters in the future. Oxford has been a program on the rise. They were a Class B Division II state powerhouse back in the late 80s, throughout the 90s, early 2000s. They moved up to D1 back in 2010. Last year was the first time since they moved to Division I that they won both a conference and a district championship in the same season. They previously won a district back in 2013 in D1 as well. The Wildcats were cruising along last year to put up 52 goals and 28 goals against. But again, that was with a very difficult non-league schedule coupled with the OA Red schedule. And Berkeley, again, 15 shutouts last year, just giving up 11 goals. And they've only given up 6 this season. So these teams, they're not shy in terms of scheduling great out-of-conference teams year in and year out. You look at a lot of the teams they've played in recent years, these are schools that may not be Division I. There's some D2 or D3 schools on there, but these are teams that will compete for the conference championship every year. It helps with the MVR at the end of the season when you get into district play. We'll see what kind of game we get here today. Again, will we have a 1-0, 0-0 type game, or will there be some offensive showcase here at Berkeley High School?
The last conversation being had, the Berkeley Bears in the blue kits and the Oxford Wildcats in the white kits as they get their final words in. Want to make sure that you hit subscribe here right on YouTube, as we're going to have a whole lot of broadcasts, not only the triple header today, but we'll have many broadcasts throughout the week and all throughout the high school season. We'll be releasing the High School Soccer Coaches Association's top 15 rankings each Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So all the reason to subscribe here on YouTube. Get involved in a live chat. Let us know who you're rooting for, what you think is going to happen, and what brings you here to the Michigan Soccer Network as we are moments away from kickoff here in Berkeley. The head coach of the Bobcats, Adam Biken. The head coach for the Bears is Steven Vlosek. Vlosek also the division chair for Division I, where all the coaches report to establish those top 15 rankings. Once again, we reveal those every Sunday at 8 o'clock here on MSN. And we are underway here at Berkeley High School. It'll be Berkeley looking to make the offense work. Losing possession to the Wildcats. But the Bears recover. Trying to establish first possession here. Looks like the Wildcats will take it and they'll bring it forward. Bobbled on its way. Smart not to touch it to make sure the Wildcats get the throw in, but just a little bit on it would be enough to give it to the Bears. Floating sky high into the defending third of the Wildcats. Losing possession of the ball before finding it. So far, teams just trying to establish a strong possession. Both teams staying aggressive, attacking passing lanes. And the Wildcats looking for some open space. Dancing on the Bear logo.
Oxford has great balance offensively. Ryan Clark has 8 goals. Ryan Pasic, 7 goals. Lucas Erskine, 5 goals. And then Drew Cady has 4. I have several with 3, 2, and 1 goals. So a lot of balance with Oxford's offensive talent. Berkeley has a lot of offensive-minded players as well. Kai Nielsen plays either up top at 4 in the midfield. He was All-State third team last year in Division I. Brody Kane is a very talented midfielder, and the list goes on and on. Both these teams have several players who you can either set up teammates or put the ball in the back of the net themselves. So we'll see who steps up in this game. These two sides.
Bears were looking for Kane on the throw-in, but it'll return to midfield off on the touch of the Bears as the Wildcats continue their pursuit. Be tossed in by Anthony Jabaro. Wildcats looking to establish an offensive possession here in the box, fighting for it. It'll be Newser as well as Dora. Helping with the defense, taking a shot from downtown. The keeper holds strong. Kaleo with 2 hands. Take another look at the shot there. Wildcats looking to get the offense going early. Rand, the senior, taking the shot from outside the box. Being our first shot, first one on target for today. Wildcats looking to double up and take another shot, but they got to get there first. Feeding it towards the top of the box defender, a great header to send it away. But it will give the Wildcats a chance to set up with the throw-in here. They'll commission Georgievich. Or excuse me, that's Brockie. Brockie with a large throw and looking for the header, couldn't find it. And Kaleo will scoop it up.
Ball kind of skirted through the box there. No one making a run to the far post on the left side. Berkeley escapes dangers on that deep throw-in.
Yeah, just looking for Morand. The throw-in as good as a corner kick.
You never know how many chances you're going to get in terms of shots, long throw-ins, set pieces, maybe some corner kicks. You never know how many opportunities you're going to get. So when you have a play like that, you need to try to get at least a head or foot on the ball, see what you can make a little magic out of a goal mile scrum. Oxford came up a little bit empty-handed on that attempt.
They'll feed it to the far wing, but just a bit too much pace. looking for Aiden Dura. Wildcats looking to dodge some Bears. They can't do so. They'll ultimately take it away, bring it past midfield. Flying in with speed, but just a bit too much. Couldn't control it. These teams will exchange possessions before Berkeley will attempt to send it up. Keeper will come out to blast it.
That was Oxford goalkeeper Nolan Mauser. Mauser, a three-sport athlete, standout with the Wildcats, All-State third team as a junior. He made the varsity roster as a freshman, but he shared time with another goalkeeper who had some injury issues, and Mauser got a lot of action back in the 2021 season. Oxford was kind of a young team that year. Now, last year and this year, they're a much more veteran team. They did lose a quality senior class last year of 13 seniors this year. So Oxford have had some very good success over the years. They have never made it to the Final Four. And Berkeley's the same way. They've been in the Elite Eight a couple times and regional semifinals a couple times in their history, but never been able to win a regional championship. So could this be the year one of those teams make a run?
And we have a great set-piece opportunity here for the Wildcats. Drew Caddy behind the ball, ready to take it as a referee directs traffic. Caddy winds up, fires, taking a direct shot, and Khalil is ready for it. Take another look at it. Taking the first shot there a few moments ago. And that free kick being the Wildcats' second direct shot opportunity, all within the first 7 minutes.
Yeah, three players collide on that play.
And Drew Caddy taking the most of it, holding his head. Something that's always monitored, especially in sports like football and soccer included. They do not take head injuries lightly. Drew Cady makes his way to the bench. He'll have attention from the trainer. Because as much as you want to play, you're too young to hurt your head like that. Looking at that play once again. Head-to-head contact, especially with no helmets, like in other contact sports, especially dangerous while he continues getting attention. They'll have a drop ball. Wildcats with the first touch.
So Berkeley looking for their first shot attempt. Oxford has two shots, both on frame. Nathan Calio making the stop on both of those opportunities.
Couldn't get a sharp enough angle on the cross. Never entering play. It'll be a goal kick for the Wildcats.
You can see here the athletic complex over. It's technically behind Hurley Middle School, just around the corner from Berkeley High School. This field held the district tournament last year in Division I. This is where Troy Athens defeated both Berkeley and Troy to win their district title a year ago. Brand new turf.
Bears on that logo, on that new turf. Fighting off Wildcats. Haven't had a strong offensive possession yet, leading to a shot on goal, and they're looking to change that. And up before a foul called just after midfield, the Bears will take this. Backing up for it. I believe that's number 9, Ephraim Ball. And with skilled teams like this, the opportunity can come from anywhere. As a low kick will bounce around in the box before being cleared away by the Wildcats. It'll come back to where it started.
You know, you look at the OA Red Division, you know, year in and year out. It's one of those conferences where every goal literally matters. You never know what's going to happen throughout the course of a game. There's really rarely a cupcake in terms of a team that is struggling in conference play. Get ready for a Berkeley free kick.
Looks like Brody Kane lining up for it. If not him, Aiden Dura also nearby. Dura to take it. Just over the wall, flipped up and too high. Forcing the keeper out, but couldn't get the right touch on it. We'll take another look at it. Firing just over the wall, takes a skip and flipping up, but just too high.
Perfectly slotted ball off that free kick, bent into around the 6, just a little bit unlucky on Berkeley's side.
We're going to take a look at our other game, Bloomfield Hills and Royal Oak. And 2 goals scored in that game.
Bloomfield Hills reads Royal Oak, the defending OA White Division champions, 2-0 in that game.
Taking a shot, forcing a keeper's action, and 2 hands would be enough.
So Callio making 3 stops of the night, all 3 of those shots from long distance. Knowing the level of play of both goalkeepers, it's going to be difficult to score in this contest. But then again, both these teams do have a lot of offensive firepower as well.
The replay we saw earlier, Bloomfield Hills going up 2-0 over Royal Oak. While we stay scoreless here at Berkeley High School. Wildcats feeding it to the close wing. Able to get there in time off the last touch of the Wildcats.
Ball's bouncing around in the corner like a ping pong ball, and it heads out of bounds. So
all that sprinting just to have it tapped off your shin, man, that's got to be frustrating as the Bears will have a substitution. We got Alex Johnson calling that Bloomfield Hills and Royal Oak game. Nathan Wangler on the other OAA Red Division matchup between Troy High and Rochester Adams. Khalil launches this one to outer space, making its return to earth for the Wildcats.
The other OA Red match, Rochester Adams took that 1-0 lead over Troy. I believe that was in the 6th minute. Last night we had a game here in the network, Grand Rapids Forest Hill Central, which fell out of the rankings 2 weeks ago, stuns Division II top-ranked Holland 5-0 as the Rangers, very young team, graduating 14 players from last year's team, finally are starting to put things together, and they erupted last to nothing for a huge upset over the Dutch.
And 4 goals scored by Eli Lipke in that one, because the hat trick just wasn't enough against the top team in Division II. That one was surely exciting. If you guys want to take a look at that match, we got it here on the Michigan Soccer Network, but you can take a look at that after this match here, of course.
So that will probably be a new #1 in Division II, I imagine. Again, Giovanni Macheri, myself, Dan Sturcker, we will be here in the Shelby Township Studios, 8 o'clock on Sunday night to take a look at the top 15 teams, plus honorable mentions in each division by the Michigan High School Soccer Coach Association. So 3rd year we've been able to do that for the Coaches Association. A lot of work, a lot of blast, a lot of fun.
Jack Brocky ready to throw this one in for the Wildcats. He can put this right into the goal himself as he launches it, looking for the header. Couldn't find it as Berkeley will knock it away, forcing the Wildcats throwing further back. Senior Jack Brocky once again will toss it. Bouncing past his teammate. Trying to take a shot from far away. It's loose in the box, forcing Khalil out.
A lot of seniors involved in this contest. Again, we mentioned in the pregame, Oxford has 13 seniors, and Berkeley has 10 in their blue kits. So a lot of experience between these two teams. And that's huge when you get to a matchup of this magnitude when, again, every game, every goal counts in those final standings last year. Oxford won the league championship in the OA Red. They had 15 points. Berkeley was second with 14. Troy Athens was third. They had 13, so it's a couple points separate the top three teams. And then you had Clarkson, Rochester, Adams, who were both very dangerous teams last year that tied for fourth. Clarkson actually spent the first month of the regular season ranked number 1. Rochester Adams tied for fourth. They won a district championship last year as well. So a lot of very good teams in this league. And it hasn't changed ever since that league was formed back in 1994. The OAA has had a multitude of teams sent into the Final Four, state runner-up, state champions. There's been a multitude of teams that have walked away on the season's final day of the state title.
As Berkeley making a run here into the box, will be knocked out for a corner kick. Just to halt the opportunity for the Bears. They haven't had a whole lot of opportunity in that attacking third. They've had moments where they would make a quick trip, but not like the Wildcats have as we start to develop the identity of this game. The Wildcats having a lot of the possession, a few set-piece opportunities, but the Bears ultimately keeping the score 0-0 and now having an opportunity here in the near corner. The Brody Kane directing traffic for the Bears. Hands up, he fires to the far side, popped up by the Wildcat defense. It's still loose. Bears looking to hold on to possession through contact.
Wildcats defense kind of holding form there in that goal mile scramble. A lot of experience in the backfield for Oxford.
And a foul will be called for the fallen Bears. Spurrill taking a tumble on that 15-yard line. That'll now give Berkeley a great set-piece opportunity here. They had one earlier, but it was about 20 yards the other way. This one much closer.
So this is the third set piece coming up for the Bears. Momentum has switched slightly here in the last couple of minutes.
Brody Kane, once again, the junior midfielder. He won't take it. A low pass, trying to feed it to him in a sprint. Couldn't beat it to the back line.
Kane was another one of those players who played for Detroit City FC South Oakland club team that won a national championship on the USYS circuit here over the summer. There was a multitude of boys and the girls soccer teams on various levels of that club pyramid over the last several months that made appearances in the Midwest or national tournaments in whatever tournament they entered. Michigan keeps producing high-level talent on the pitch in terms of club soccer, and a lot of these schools are benefactors of that club talent. There are so many very big, very successful club teams here in the Detroit area that feed into high schools around the Oakland, Macomb, and Wayne County areas.
Max Burrill taking a spill on the Bear logo. Number 4 for Berkeley. He'll limp his way off the field as the trainer will have another player to attend to. As Drew Cady had scary head-to-head contact that required the trainer's attention earlier in this match.
Spurl's one of those several players who started games last year for Berkeley. Talked about in the pregame, Berkeley had a great season last year, ranked in the top 15 from start to finish. They entered the postseason only conceding 6 goals. They had just one rough game defensively where they lost 5-2 to Troy Athens in that district semifinal here at Hurley Stadium. That didn't put a black mark on a great season. They had 15 shutouts as a whole.
As we have a delay here. Looks like a jersey swap being required of the keeper. Keeper for the Wildcats. There is regulation to the color of the kit. Sometimes if colors are too similar, they'll force the change. We await to return play here. With a drop ball, Wildcats will get the first touch to restart the action. I believe the referee over time thought that the blue of the Berkeley jerseys was dark enough to cause confusion with the black jersey of the Wildcat keeper, forcing him to wear red. And for us as broadcasters, that helps out a little bit. Berkeley.
The Wildcats keeper is Nolan Mauser. We talked about him earlier in the broadcast. Just a very athletic high school senior shooting guard on the basketball team. All-league infielder for Oxford's baseball team. He is a college recruit in baseball and soccer. Just an amazing athlete, type of kid you want on your roster. Just does so much. He has such great athleticism. He's got great range, great instincts between the pipes. And being an infielder, you can kind of see that hand-eye coordination transform into his other sports.
A loose ball opportunity with the Wildcats will be met with great speed from the Bears. One-on-one with the keeper, taking the shot, and low to the left is the Berkeley Bears getting their first goal. It's Kay Nielsen.
Nielsen, the All-State third-teamer. That was an assist out of the backfield. That ball was sent over 50 yards.
And they got the speakers over the head in the student section. We love it. Take another look at that. Flying all the way coast to coast, picking the correct spot to put it in to get the home Bears the lead.
That was a defensive miscue on the Wildcats' back line. They had everyone pushed up at midfield. No one there to mark up Nielsen, who tucks that in just inside the left post. And that was just Berkeley's second shot overall, first on name. It's a breakaway goal. It finds its way into the back of the net. Just the 19th minute.
And they'll have another chance at it as they get aggressive in that attacking third. And Dan, we've seen many games like that when we talked about it before. I mean, with the Wildcats having a lot of the possession here in the first half, but sometimes all it needs is the one opportunity for the other team to catch the other off guard, and making all the difference in the match so far. Berkeley looking to double dip here in our 19th minute. Centering it into the box, getting the header just too far to the left as Mauser will collect.
Berkeley tucks one in the back of the net. Now they continue their buzz inside the final third of the field. They're serving the ball into the box. Oxford is going to have to find a way to play back from their 1-0 hole they dug themselves into. Giovanni, it was one of those things where you saw that long pass out of the backfield. Oxford had all four defenders up near midfield, and no one was there on their side of the field. Nielsen, the All-Stater, just kind of flies through traffic, 1v1 on Nolan Mauser, and he just sucks in the back of the net. It's not one of those things where you can't necessarily blame a goalkeeper of conceding that type of goal.
Yeah, as far as the game plan goes, that is not a situation you anticipate or want for the other team. Meanwhile, at halftime between Bloomfield Hills and Royal Oak, it's the Blackhawks up 2-0 over the Ravens.
Bloomfield Hills won a Division I district championship a year ago, brought back a multitude of starters and key reserves. Haven't got off to the best of starts this year as expected. Still plenty of time for the Blackhawks to recover. They're up 2-0 over the defending OA White Division champs. That game's at halftime. Also on the MSN network.
Oh, and a yellow card administered here to one of the Wildcats. Ian Brown will make his way off the pitch for a proper substitution to be made. And as we saw the graphic earlier, at halftime for the match between Troy High and Rochester Adams, the Highlanders lead it 1-0. While we continue action with a Berkeley free kick in our 21st minute. Taking the left foot, two fists will knock it away. Mauser coming out from the goal line to take care of business. Meanwhile, the Bears looking to make another attempt. weaving through traffic, just couldn't control. It'll come out to the white kits. And they'll clear it past midfield.
You'll see both these keepers not bashful in terms of coming off their line. In the same token, you'll see both teams, if there is a crease in that defense, players from both sides will be able to kind of uncork a shot from distance to try to make something happen.
As we've now passed the first half of the first half. Bears up 1-0 here and racing to that close touch line. Bears will keep it in. That was Danaher able to keep it in, and great contact near that line. We'll take another look at the yellow card. The foul was given for Brody Kane going down.
Aiden Brown, it looked like he did run over there and stick his leg in there, kind of a little bit of a blade. He knocked the Berkeley player over near the track.
And the free kick for the Wildcats, drawing two hands from the keeper. Callio high pointing the ball. Meanwhile, the Bears engage in a race, ending in a tumble. Aiden Dura going down for the Bears. Wildcats trying to find some space. Ryan Clark, the 8-time goal scorer for the Wildcats, looking to give them an opportunity to equalize before halftime.
Clark was an all-league and all-district performer last year as a junior.
The Bears feeding it to the close side. Couldn't get there in time. Knocked away by McDonough. We'll take another look at that free kick, forcing the keeper to come up high. Nathan Callio giving that one a bit of a Megatron treatment. Meanwhile here, a corner kick for the Bears coming off of Ronan Dono.
Looks like it's actually going to be a deep throw and not too far away from the corner flag.
Backing up to the 8th lane of the track, fires into the mix. Header popped up. Cummings looking to collect it for the Bears. It'll be knocked away. Bears will send it back. Wildcats looking to fight for it back, but a foul will be called. It'll give them a free kick.
So 4th foul of the evening against Berkeley. This one's just inside midfield, so a free kick coming up for Oxford, but it's quite from distance.
2 hands up. A big boot, firing it close. Defensive header will knock it away. And a big left foot will clear it away. Another foot race. Defender collecting. Ronan Dono, the one to knock it away. Looking to not repeat what got the Bears their first goal. Was a deep assist in their own defensive third, going coast to coast, forcing one-on-one with the keeper, but the Wildcats adjusting to ensure it doesn't repeat.
You saw they had 3 players back on that through ball, so Berkeley 4 was able to get past one marking back. There was a couple other defensive players behind him.
Newser tosses it. Headed away. Defender will let it go, and it'll be a goal kick for Oxford.
Just under 15 minutes here left in the first half. Berkeley up 1-0 over Oxford. Battle of top 10 teams. Oxford was ranked 4th and Berkeley 9th heading into this clash of the Titans. Top 2 teams in the OA Red Division last year in terms of the regular season standings.
Coming out to the far side, it'll give the Wildcats a throw in.
We got 40 minutes left to go.
As I mentioned before, the OA Red Division has produced the last 2 state champions who were not conference champions in this league. Back in 2019, Troy Athens did win the conference, and they went on to win the district, regional, and state championships as well. So sometimes the best team in your conference makes the deepest run. Sometimes it doesn't.
It's one of those things where sometimes it's just iron sharpening iron, and both these teams unafraid to be sharpened. They'll feed it in, but forcing the keeper out as the newly red-jerseyed Nolan Mauser comes out to punt it.
There's something to be said about strength of schedule in sports, and we see that time and time again with various power conferences in the state of Michigan. You look at the OA Red Division, you look at that KLAA West Division, the Catholic League Central Division. Out in Grand Rapids, several of the Ottawa-Kent Conference divisions are full of very, very talented teams. So you look around the state, and some of these teams, they are very battle-tested going in. They may finish second, third, or fourth in their conference, but there's enough talent on the rosters to win a state title. We saw that in Division II last year out of that OKC White Division. Grand Rapids Christian was your D.
Oxford takes a shot. That one just wide to the right. Unafraid to take it from downtown, my goodness.
We've talked about that already here. Both teams have the talent to pull the trigger from distance, and that was another shot just wide of that right post.
It was Tristan Warthen with a cannon.
Warthen, one of those several returning lettermen for Oxford. Already seen here in the first 28 minutes of this match how much talent is on this field from both sides. We were talking about state championship runs last year. Grand Rapids Christian did finish 4th in their league. That was a very deep conference, the OKC White.
And a sprint for it. Oxford looking to get control, just couldn't have it. It was Pepe trying to come to a full stop from full speed with control of the ball. That's a difficult task, and it'll turn it over to the Bears at midfield. Knocked out to the far side. And the throw-in being flipped the other way to the astonishment of the Wildcats. They better watch their mouth before a yellow card comes out, because that's one of the easiest ways to get a yellow card, is mouthing off to the ref. So always about controlling composure. And a warning seeming to be given. We just hope that the referee isn't in the mood for dealing cards.
That was one of Oxford's assistant coaches being lectured for arguing that call.
As I'm sure it'll be logged in the mental memory of the referee. So only good behavior from now on. Berkeley will send it back to Khalil. We appreciate you all joining us. My name is Giovanni Mosheri. To my right is Dan Stickrad as the Bears into the box, poked away. It'll be a goal kick. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube. Share with your friends and family. Let them know that we are the place to be for all things soccer. And if 3 games in one day is any proof that we are the place to be for soccer, I don't know what else you expect from us to be that home for the beautiful game.
We saw that goal kick moments ago from Drew Cady at Oxford. His older brother, Jay Cady, was one of the players that graduated last year. He was also an all-state kicker, made all-state first team Division I.
Trying to take a shot was Brody Kane.
Brody Kane, very dangerous in this match as well.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, Dan.
No, we had a huge play that happened and a little long-winded.
It's the balance that we have as broadcasters here, is the fluid motion of the game. You have no idea where it's going to go, especially with players like this where they can send it coast to coast at any time. Sometimes we don't know when we have to end our point. So we do our best here as broadcasters to bring you guys the game in a clear and organized manner while having some fun. Now with 10 minutes left in the first half, the Bears holding on to their lead that they acquired in the 17th minute. Off a coast-to-coast breakaway. The Wildcats doing what they can to weave through the defense, but they'll be dispossessed. It's Tristan Worthen, number 30, trying to make the offensive effort. And it'll come out of bounds. Taking a look at the chat here from one of our friends, Random Aussie. Says, I'm here for a good game of soccer between two good teams. Should be a great game. Expecting some goals between these two teams. Well, you got all your points correct except for goals for both teams. The Bears only ones with one so far. But I would imagine Wildcats doing all they can to get on the board, and conversation between one of the Bears and the referees halting a throw in here. We appreciate the comment, Random Aussie. The toss goes in, bouncing up high, forcing a save from Mauser, as that one almost had the perfect angle to drop underneath the crossbar and in.
You see that athleticism by Mauser right there, leaping high. That ball was up near the crossbar. He pulls it down with ease.
I believe that was Sam Neo rising up for the Berkeley header. Yeah, like you were mentioning for Mauser, three-sport athlete, and he's not bad in any of them. And a large throw in and trying to take the one touch will fly away for Oxford.
So both teams are able to create chances here back and forth. Both teams have 6 shots overall, with Oxford holding a narrow 4-3 edge with shots on frame, and Berkeley has the game's only corner kick. It was now in the 33rd minute, but both teams threatening on either end. You have to imagine the way this game is going. There will be more chances from both teams, but you have two very talented goalkeepers between the pipes. So it might take a couple of great opportunities to put more goals up on that scoreboard.
Oxford looking to create an opportunity here. They'll pass it and chase it to the outside. Crossing it just over the crossbar. It'll be out of bounds for hitting the football goalpost. And knocking it out was Nathan Callio, the keeper, as the Wildcats will cross it, forcing the right hand.
That ball looked like it was bending. It was going to dip as well underneath that crossbar. So incredible save by Callio.
And they'll have another opportunity here. It'll fly away. That first shot came from Maxton Myrand. And a comment from yours truly saying it's a top 10 matchup. It's worth the wait, as we had a bit of a delayed start to this match here, which is why our other 7 o'clock games are well into their second half, and we're getting into halftime here. Feel free to flip through the other games here to catch up on the scores, but we'll save you the trouble here. Bloomfield and Royal Oak in the 50th minute. It's 2-0 Bloomfield lead. And in our other OAA Red Division matchup, and we see here Bloomfield Hills 2-0 over Royal Oak. In our other match, it is 1-0 Adams over Troy.
Rochester Adams, player for player, definitely has one of the most talented rosters in the state when you have at least 6 Division I recruits. They have several players who came back this year to play as seniors that were MLS Next players. They obviously want to try to win that state championship again. Won it 2 years ago. They also won it back in 1999 with a similar roster. Back when Adams won it 25 years ago, they had 9 players on that roster in different grades that went on to play Division I college soccer. So in today's era, you never know about, from season to season, what players are in your school are going to come out, which ones weren't. There's so many very good, talented players who will play MLS Next all 4 years. Sometimes you'll have players go in and out of those lineups. Some come back as seniors. They want 1 season with their friends and classmates within their school. I've seen quite a few of those players across the state of Michigan. You hate to call them one-year wonders because they're exceptionally talented young men, but they have never played high school until this season. A lot of those players might have a chance to go back to their MLS Next rosters come the end of October, early November.
Yeah, so in a lot of those high-level clubs, it becomes a question for the player of level of competition versus other future opportunities. And of course, there is the weight of being able to represent and play for your school in front of your fans and family. You know, there's something to be said about that. But for a lot of players at that high level of talent, it's a lot of recruiters that will look at the club first at times. So a lot goes into that decision whether to play high school or club.
Right, there's so many clubs out there that are so talented, and the sport keeps growing, not just in Michigan, but across the country. There are so many ID camps and high-level club tournaments. You have high school seasons, which are normally not that very long in terms of months. Here in Michigan, from the opening day of tryouts through the state finals weekend, it's just under 11 weeks, about 10 and a half weeks. Again, there's so much talent in college recruiters, they will know where to go in terms of finding talent. You can't hide players anymore. If there is a good player within your club, within your high school, college recruiters from colleges of all sizes will be able to find you in today's arena.
And if you want a better chance at getting found out and being recruited, then the Michigan Soccer Network is here to help you. We got highlight video services here. Whether you have clips of your own that you need help distributing or you need them to be filmed, the Michigan Soccer Network is here to help you get to the next level and become a star recruit for wherever level you like to get to. Just head over to MichiganSoccerNetwork.com, click highlight videos to get you to the next level with just a click. Meanwhile, the Wildcats still doing all they can with the last few minutes in the first half winding down, trying to even out the match. And they've had many opportunities to do so. So is this a matter of knocking on the door and breaking through, or will no one answer? We'll see as it's loose in the box. Oxford with the chance, and the defense will corral and carry it up, not without a fight. Zwarthen and company unable to take it away from Georgievich of Berkeley, and they'll flip the field.
Berkeley does a great job of trying to get ball downfield in a hurry.
Hauser will collect across.
Time and time again, the Bears look to get the ball to Brody Kane to kind of distribute that ball. Very talented midfielder, the junior for the Bears. You can see his craftiness there in the midfield. Constantly looking for the right player making a run, whether that be down one of the sidelines or in the middle of the park.
So it'll come out again. Just about a minute and a half to go here. Oxford playing aggressively.
Oxford's had their fair share of chances trying to find a way to net an equalizer before the half.
They'll blast it over to the other side. It'll take touches back and forth before being settled. Peitsch will feed it to the far wing. No one able to collect.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Oxford looking to interrupt every passing lane possible to give them another possession. Like we just saw here. Bowlby gets taken away. And scanning the field is Georgievich. He'll feed it to Kane. Kane will lose it. And Oxford looking for some speed. They'll feed it, and offside will be called.
Second time that Oxford has been whistled for offsides here in the first half.
Is Bowlby in trouble getting up after initially having the fighting for the ball on the close side. And he'll make his way off the pitch. And be sure to visit MichiganSoccerNetwork.com to get the latest news on all things soccer. Get the latest soccer news from around the state each day at the Michigan Soccer Network on our website, MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Meanwhile, the referee making his way over to the fans. It's never quite a good interaction between fans and a referee. But as it stands with a few moments left in our first half, The Berkeley Bears still stand with the lead 1-0. And the referee will have the drop ball to return to action. We'll hold on to our clock here to make sure it matches the one on the pitch. As having clock stoppages throughout play, we do our best to match it. But that will end our first half. It's the Berkeley Bears hosting today's event, holding on to a 1-0 lead. It's number 9 versus number 4. And it's sure to be an exciting second half as Oxford's getting more and more aggressive, trying to equalize, but the Bears not letting any opportunity go to waste.
Yeah, you see it. Oxford has it 8-6 overall shots advantage, 5-3 on frame, and Berkeley has the game's only corner kick.
We'll take a look at this half's highlights as the Bears in a dog pile starting off in their match. Our first shot being fired from the Wildcats as Nathan Callio making one of many saves in this match. And a deep throw in with the header will go just outside the left post as Callio will collect. A head-to-head contact to Drew Cady will bring him off the pitch. As head-to-head injuries are no joke. Coming here to a Berkeley free kick, sending it low and just flipped up way high in the sky. And the first goal scored on a fantastic breakaway with speed in the left foot of number 10, Kay Nielsen, would be the one to get the Bears the lead. They'll have another opportunity here with the left foot, feeding it inside, forcing two fists to punch it away. We'll bring it to a Wildcat free kick, sending it up high, and Callio with two strong hands, rising up to catch it for the save. We'll have another shot here for Oxford, one of many, none to go through. That one will go just wide to the right. As that will wrap up our first half highlights. We get ready for the second half here between number 9 Berkeley and number 4 Oxford, right here on the Michigan Soccer Network.
Are you looking to take your game to the next level? Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? Our packages include a player profile where you show your preferred positions, the club, the league, or school that you play in, your current coach contact information, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
back on his left foot, and that goes in! Towards the 6, a one-time shot, and it's 2. Now one with Everett! What a save! One-time shot! My goodness! One finds his way to the back. Clark's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it! It's in!
Welcome back, everybody, to the Michigan Soccer Network. Let's take a look at some of the other matches going on while we're at halftime of Berkeley and Oxford. Troy High and Rochester Adams, another OAA Red Division battle. In the box is Adams. They'll have it taken away and brought to midfield. Meanwhile, Bloomfield and Royal Oak doing battle. Well, the Blackhawks up 2-1 over the Ravens. Both of those games live right now on the Michigan Soccer Network. We got 3 games going on at once. It's a breakthrough for our network here. We're so glad that you could join us here. But at halftime, it stands. The number 9 Berkeley Bears are up 1-0 against the number 4 Oxford Wildcats. Those rankings via the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association. We reveal those rankings every Sunday at 8 o'clock. Right here on the Michigan Soccer Network, and the OAA Red Division load up that top 15. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Oh, excuse us for the technical difficulty. That being one of the plays, the most crucial play in the match so far. That one giving the Bears the 1-0 lead in the 17th minute.
Is that the super slow-mo?
Yeah,
that was actually the breakaway. For some reason, it was freezing up on their screen.
So slow-mo that the second frame didn't show. But as it stands, we have a fantastic match here so far. The Wildcats had a lot of the early possession, holding on to it, starting to control. But the few opportunities the Bears had, they took advantage. This one being one of them, as Kay Nielsen would release it from the left foot, one-on-one with the keeper. And running over towards the loaded student section in attendance tonight. Oxford, a couple opportunities here, flying just too high. It's been a heavyweight battle, one that we anticipated and are happy to deliver on. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on social media, and let your friends know we're the place to be for all things soccer. Highlights of this game, as well as all the other ones that we broadcast, will be uploaded within the week of our broadcast. So you don't want to miss that, as well as the teams return to the pitch to get ready for the Final 40.
You know you're reaching a lot of people, Giovanni. When today I've got a couple emails from coaches from the Upper Peninsula. So we continue to spread our wings, spread our reach. It's really rewarding. Last week we got a chance to broadcast a game down by the Indiana borderline in southwest Michigan with Division III state-ranked Buchanan. It's having one of their best seasons in their program history. So our reach has been great. It's been a pleasure to be part of our growth over here the last 2+ years, where we've just seen more and more interest, not just in the high school level, but with NEIA college and a lot of these amateur and semi-pro teams that play around the state, a lot of the club teams, we've had a chance to do some ECNL and some MLS Next games here in the last couple of years. So we'll continue to, provide great coverage across the state of Michigan, and with our National Soccer Network, we've been talking about that here the last month or so. We begin to expand into other states here in the very near future.
And that student section rolling as usual here at Berkeley High School. It's one of my favorite things to see when it comes to not only high school but college sports as well, is the student sections. There's a much different, much more chaotic energy when it comes to rooting for your school. And it's something that we love to see. And every match here, we've seen some fantastic sections for rivalry games, ones like this as well. Meanwhile, on the center spot, Tristan Wartha, number 30, for the Oxford Wildcats in the white kits. Get ready for the first touch of the second half. Referee getting a final word. The Berkeley Bears in their blue kits. They'll now be moving from left to right. Meanwhile, the Oxford Wildcats will be moving from right to left.
Oxford again attempted 8 shots. They put 5 on frame, and Nathan Callio, the junior netminder from Berkeley, there to make 5 stops in this match. See if Oxford can try to find a way to generate more offense and net an equalizer here as we begin the second half.
And it looks like we'll start the second half at another time. Referee grabbing the attention of the student section, which is, we'll be general here, is never a good interaction. Whatever's going on near that fence there, not making the referees happy. Not the first time that they stopped by the student section to have a word with the fans.
Berkeley student section very animated here the last few years. We got a chance to see Birmingham Brother Rice's fan base as well in that season opener when they defeated Birmingham Seaholm. There's a lot of schools out there that draw very well for their soccer matches, not just football and basketball anymore that draws well.
Looks like a drop ball would be the one to kick off the second half officially for us. But like you mentioned, we had Brother Rice. I saw lacrosse helmets. I saw flags. I saw all kinds of things in that student section. And it's always fun to see schools show their pride.
I think that's something that makes like high school and collegiate sports so special, is the fan bases. I mean, I've had the pleasure of covering a lot of schools and a lot of different sports across Michigan in my career, but nothing more than I love to look up in the bleachers at a soccer match or in a hockey arena or in a basketball game and just see the floods of student athletes and classmates all decked out in various types of gear. They've got their chants, they've got their boisterness, they're just very active.
And right on the 50-yard line, we got a bear down. Number 17, Nate Newser, comes up under his own power, scratching his head. And he's going up for the header, and another collision head-to-head, needing the attention of the trainer. We saw this in the first half with number 23 of the Wildcats, Drew Cady. There's no joke when it comes to potential head injuries, especially in high school sports, so any indication of such injury requires full attention. While the referee awaits the drop ball, it'll be Berkeley with the first touch. As we get back here to the match, Bears in possession, looking for open space. The defense of the Wildcats will clear it away. And Oxford with some momentum, trot forward. Great move to shake the defender. Moving possession to the middle. They cross it at the top of the arc, but it'll be cleared away by Berkeley. was Berkeley that came into this one, giving up only 1 goal in their past 3 matches, and their past 2 of them being shutouts. A 5-0 victory over North Farmington and a 2-0 victory over Clarkston is what the Bears come into today with. Meanwhile, the Wildcats come off of a 4-0 victory, but 2 ties to come into today's match. Those being up against West Bloomfield with a 4-0 victory, a 1-1 tie with Rochester Adams, and a 2-2 tie with Birmingham Seaholm.
Those last 2 games are OA Red Division matchups, so both teams playing some quality opponents in and outside of the conference.
And those Wildcats have an opportunity here. It is Drew Cady, number 23, winding up firing, taking a direct shot, just deflected on the right side by the keeper, Nathan Callio. Let's take another look here.
Corks one from distance.
And just getting the necessary touch to deflect it. It will be a corner kick for Oxford, but a lot better than a goal when it comes to the defensive effort. Oxford feeds it in. That one scoring from the corner. And we're tied up here at Berkeley. Once again, it's Drew Cady.
Perfectly bent ball right into the goal crease, and looked like a little bit of confusion with Callio and a couple of the marking backs. No one leapt up to get that ball.
Maybe they thought it wouldn't go in, but a perfect bend. Still in celebration is Oxford, as we are tied up in the 44th minute with a direct corner kick goal. As we check out the multi-view here, we're at Troy High against Rochester Adams. We'll keep an eye on some of the other games throughout the broadcast today. It'll be Oxford now looking to pile on, breathing a new life into this match as we are reset. It'll be up to the Bears to see if they could get the lead back. Looking for an opportunity to do so. It's Brody Kane. He'll pass it to the outside and receive it back. Passing lane interrupted, but ultimately back with the Bears.
Couple results coming in here tonight. Plymouth Christian upended Division 4 state-ranked Birmingham Roper 3-2.
And a Bears header just going to the left post, as they were looking to get their lead back.
And also Saline broke into the honorable mention category in Division 1. They played Division 2 honorable mention Birmingham Brother Rice, and Saline coming through with an 8-0 statement win against a very quality opponent in Brother Rice. So Saline fast approaching that top 15 in Division 1. Saline, one of the several quality teams out of that Southeastern Conference Red Division. The Hornets won a district title last year in D1.
Bears back with speed, making a man miss, entering the box, taking the shot, and it'll skid across the turf on its way to Mauser. We'll take another look at that. It was the goal scorer, Nielsen, scoring the first goal in the first half, looking to double dip to get the lead back for the Bears, unable to do so. Another shot will be collected.
Not a ton of pace on that shot as Nolan Mauser comes off his line to corral that low shot in the box.
Warthen trying to turn the corner around the defender, couldn't do so. The Bears will toss it in. The Wildcats looking to set up offensively. They'll chase it to the corner. Defender there in time, able to bring it up and out to at least give his defense time to reset. Anthony Jabaro will throw it into the mix. Looking for a header, couldn't find it. He was looking for Ryan Peich. Scoring 7 goals this season is the junior. But it will be a corner kick for the Wildcats. Don't forget, what equalized this game was a goal from Drew Cady, who fires again. It'll be knocked away.
Katie tried bending that one as well, but defender was there on the line to clear that away.
Hey, but if it worked the first time, and speaking of working the first time, another race to the net, taking the shot and getting the goal. Not quite, but he'll knock the keeper into the goal with him.
Referee over there to kind of break up a little bit of language being exchanged between players on both sides. That breakaway shot by Kyle Nielsen went out the crossbar, came right down on the goal line, and now the referee says that ball actually crossed the goal line.
And it'll be deja vu for the Berkeley Bears. Kay Nielsen scoring the same way he did in the first half. One-on-one with the keeper, taking the shot. Came off the fingertips of Mauser. And yup, that one was behind the line initially. Despite the second effort to knock the keeper in with the ball, it'll be a goal for the Berkeley Bears. 2-1 on their home turf. We'll take one last look at that firing just at the top of the box.
Mauser getting the initial touch on that ball, but just a little bit unlucky. It kind of curled just inside that line.
And continuing to explain the play. One that is a fantastic one.
So another defensive miscue by the Wildcats back line, allowing Nielsen to get through in the breakaway. And the second time tonight he's passed in his paycheck with the breakaway goal.
We'll have another conversation on the sideline here. This one looks peaceful. And continuing to explain the fantastic play. As seen it in real time, Dan, luckily we have the luxury of slow motion replay. Not so on the pitch, so referees making sure that everyone understands what happened.
That's
that it came off the crossbar and was a goal initially despite running into the keeper.
Adam Boykin was asking some questions. Boykin's it looks like Kai Nielsen, who got the goal, just was yellow carded. He must have said something to the referee as he jogged by, so Nielsen sent to the bench with the caution.
Or maybe was it for running into the keeper?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a retroactive discipline for that, because that's not
shot,
typical.
The shot did go over the goal line. We could see that on the replay. That was clearly a goal, but Nielsen kind of lost control of his body. It did knock Mauser into the goal, so perhaps that's what Adam Boykin was talking about when he was, having a conversation with the center ref. Nielsen eventually getting the yellow card. So out of all that, the most important stat is that one up on the scoreboard here in the 48th minute. Berkeley's up over Oxford, the defending OA Red Champs, 2-1.
Meanwhile, a free kick for Drew Cady. He's been taking many of the set pieces for Oxford, and the big kick will send it in, force the keeper up, and another high point of the ball would be the save.
Callio again leaping high in that goal mouth area to caroom that free kick. Berkeley very opportunistic on their breakaways. They've had 3 here tonight. 2 of them found the back of the net. They lead Oxford 2-1.
Mauser's there to clean it up. Some great passing to get past the defense, but no one there to collect for Berkeley. They will not hesitate to go up 3-1 if given the chance. So it's up to the Wildcats to regain control, to even it back up, and to reset the match. Kane making some moves to make the pass. Not enough on it. It's taken away. Oxford looking for an opportunity to pursue. It'll roll out, but will be their throw-in.
So we've got 2 goals here in the second half. Berkeley has a 4-2 overall shots advantage and 3-2 on frame in the second half. Both teams throughout the first 48 minutes and change, and both have had multitude of chances.
Take a look at the replay of the first goal scored and the second for Berkeley. Excuse me, that first goal was for Oxford. Second for the Bears. Oxford trying to keep it in play. Unable to gain full control. It looks like it'll rattle between teams. Tripped up from behind would be the foul, as Zoran Djordjevic will go down and give Berkeley a free kick on the left cheek of the logo.
It's just the first foul against Oxford here in the second half. Fourth foul overall against the Wildcats.
And taking a look, a score update. Bloomfield Hills still up 2-1 over the Royal Oak Ravens.
That's in the final minutes of that contest. And Bloomfield Hills finished 1 point behind Royal Oak in the OA White standings a year ago. So looking to avenge the Ravens this time around.
And the Bears with a loose ball are taken away and cleared away.
You know, there's some very good teams in the OA White division this year as well. West Bloomfield's off to one of their best starts in program history. They have never won a district championship, so the Lakers hoping to get that done this season. Bloomfield Hills won that district. They defeated West Bloomfield a year ago in a district final, and Bloomfield Hills had high expectations, not playing the best of soccer in the first 3 weeks of the season, but they've kind of picked up the pace as of late. Lake Orion's honorable mention in the rankings. Lake Orion was a very young team a year ago, still finished third in that league, and they are much improved, one of the most improved teams in all Division I across the state. So some good quality soccer in that OA White division as well.
And it looks like a red card being given to Rochester Adams. They'll be playing with 10 men for the rest of the match, trying to defend their 1-0 lead over number 3 Troy High. Thank you to our production staff for the game update on a triple header here on the Michigan Soccer Network.
3 games all in Olkin County. Last night we had a game in Macomb County, one out by the Grand Rapids area in Kenton County. So a lot of action here in the MSN this week.
A loose ball in the box, defense cleaning up. We'll come back to midfield to the Blue Kids. Making a move, Sanborn. Trying to pass it across, couldn't get there. And the Wildcats looking to come back with the counterattack. The defensive line for the Bears making it difficult. Foot race to the far time as the match between the Bloomfield Hills Blackhawks and the Royal Oak Ravens comes to an end with Bloomfield Hills winning it 2-1. As that one just wrapped up.
That game started just after 7 o'clock, as well as Rochester Adams Troy then in the final minutes of that contest. We began here about 7:35 this evening.
The throw-in still loose in the box. The cleaning kick couldn't make contact, and it'll stay with the Bears. Sanborn, too heavy of a touch. It'll be caught. It'll come out and stay with the Bears. And from the sound of it, there's some continuing chaos in the Adams and Troy High match as a result of the red card. That match is in its 73rd minute right now. Adams still up 1-0. Meanwhile, Oxford still looking to equalize in our 54th. The Bears scoring on 2 identical plays, just on opposite sides of the field, one in the first half, one in the second half. But the Wildcats able to stay alive with a goal straight off a corner kick. Bending in perfectly to give us the 2-1 score we got here. Oxford will bring it back, looking for open space, all the way back to the keeper.
About the 54th minute. Those who just joined us. Berkeley's up 2-1. They were up 1-0 in halftime. Oxford tied it up. Berkeley went ahead here just a couple minutes ago with another breakaway goal.
Taking the shot from outside the box will force the keeper to dive, and it's still loose. No one's there for the cross. Wildcats couldn't capitalize. Finding the spot, taking the shot. A deflection from the keeper. An opportunity missed. What could have been the 9th goal for Ryan Clark?
Another missed opportunity. Ryan Clark, the leading goal scorer of Oxford, just there to, groom that rebound, is unable to get a second shot off. Sent that ball through the goal crease, and no one else made a run on the far post. The Wildcats, they have put a lot of pressure on that Berkeley back line and goalkeeper tonight.
And they continue the pressure with the throw-in, popping up and into the hands of the keeper. That opportunity coming off of the shot from Braden Bowlby. Excuse me, from Brandon Bowlby. But Oxford not giving up. It'll come out of play. A throw in now for the Bears to halt the momentum. Substitution will be had. 3 Bears will make their return to the pitch. After repeated opportunities from the Wildcats with the shot and the rebound, 2 throw-ins into the mix, unable to come away with the goal.
Both teams have had their fair share of chances here since the opening minutes of this contest. But a game like soccer, it's all about finishing. As another 2-on-1 break by Berkeley.
They'll feed it to the middle. Couldn't hold on. Was looking for Brody Kane, had to halt all of his momentum to catch it, but couldn't do so, as it'll now go coast to coast.
Anthony Jabaro, one of the returning senior backline players for Oxford, able to clear that ball out of harm's way.
Oxford looking for another opportunity here. They've been very aggressive the past few minutes. That one will be taken away to reset their progress. Looking to bring it to our closer side. That one out of play. Didn't seem to know he was out of bounds when receiving the pass. There's many lines on the field here. The yellow ones, of course, dictate play. Wildcats able to collect defensively, as they don't want to give up too much progress. They want to stay in that other half of the field. But the Bears looking to set up an offensive opportunity themselves on the far wing. And it'll come out on the back line in frustration from Zoran Djordjevic. It'll be a corner kick now for the Berkeley Bears. Number 19, Brody Kane. The junior midfielder, we've been calling his name all game. Lines up for the corner.
This is Berkeley's just their second corner kick of the match, first of the second half, as they're looking to widen their lead. Up 2-1 here in the midpoint of the second half.
Takes it. And a far side header. It'll come out of bounds to our close side. A throw in now. Nate Newser will take it. Winding up from the track, he throws in. Bears getting the header to the far side. Sent sky high towards midfield. And not reaching the ground for about 40 yards. It's now in the other half on the Berkeley's defense. Bears with some momentum now. To the far wing, a great slide. Almost able to keep it in play, but a smart play to knock it into the Wildcat defender to now give the Bears a far side throw-in.
Both sides have had corner kicks, long throw-ins deep in the opposition's territory. There's been set pieces served into the box, crosses. Both teams active in the goal mouth area.
And tossing it in. We have a goal update. It's Troy Athens taking a 6-0 victory and taking a shot off the top post. Off the crossbar, hitting the goal post. Taking another look here. Bears from the top of the box. A beautiful strike just going to the top of the crossbar, and for hitting the field goal post is considered out of bounds as Troy Athens took the 6-0 victory over Rochester. As more action continues in the OAA Red Division. Reigning champs coming out big.
Athens graduated 16 players, but they had a lot of talent kind of waiting in the wings. They did bring back 4 starters, but when you have 2 special players like Mark Delicat and Daniel Caju, just another program that simply reloads year in and year out. Rochester's a very young team. They have 5 freshmen that play a lot of minutes, so little baptism under fire here in the OAA Red Division for Rochester this year, but a lot of those players will learn from this, and then some of these league leaders are going to graduate a lot of players this year. It's kind of the position Oxford was in 3 years ago when Nolan Mauser and some of his teammates were freshmen. They struggled at times in conference play. At one time they lost 8-0 in a game to Clarkston, and then last year they were able to beat Clarkston twice, including in the district championship. So you can have a young team in this league. You might take some tough losses along the way, but it's just going to groom you for the future. And perhaps you'll have the last laugh. Might not be that year, might be 2 or 3 years down the road.
Another score update here in the 79th minute. Adams still with the 1-0 victory over top of the OAA Red Division, Troy High. Rochester Adams looking to move up in the rankings. They are 2-1-1 in conference play themselves, while Troy High is undefeated 3-0-0 in conference play. Could today be the first loss for the Colts this season?
Troy loses this game, that mean everyone has at least a tie. And if Oxford cannot find a way to net an equalizer, that means every team will have at least a loss in this league. There's just so much talent up and down these rosters, a ton of players who will play collegiately in the near future. Again, every goal, every point in the standings does count. It means so much. Again, you look at the standings last year, 15, 14, and 13 points with the top 3 teams. And that was Oxford, Berkeley, and Troy Athens a year ago.
That ball coming out to the back line, it will result in a goal kick.
Referee came over and said that's a corner kick. It looked like it went off a Oxford player. Now it looks like they're going to rescind. The linesman's over there in the corner. She's pointing towards the flag.
Some rare disagreement amongst the referees.
I think players on both sides are like, what's the call? I mean, they're both kind of putting their arms up like, what's going on?
One thing's for sure, we can't do both. But it will ultimately result in the goal kick. And Oxford on our close side will be given the foul. Meanwhile, at Troy High, full-time final score, it is Rochester Adams and the Highlanders taking a game off of the #1 previously undefeated Troy High Colts, creating that chaos that you were talking about in the OAA Red Division. Take a look at some of the top plays of the match in Colt country, as they call it. But back to our match here in the 64th minute. The Bears still up 2-1 over the Oxford Wildcats. Oxford doing all they can to equalize, but possession will be interrupted
You've seen Oxford, they've had a lot of chances inside that box. It's going to take a difficult shot to try to put another one past Nathan Callio. He's been very active patrolling his box today with authority. He did concede the one goal in the 44th minute, but Berkeley's defense, other than that, has held true to form.
But here's a chance here, surrounded by Bears. Trying to take the shot at the top of the arc. Believe that was Ryan Keich. Keich looking for his 8th goal of the season. He's got 7 so far. Wasn't able to get the shot off there. But it will stay with the Wildcats. Anthony Jabaro throws it. Getting the header. Bouncing up high, looking for a teammate, but only Bears there. And taking the shot himself at the top. The upper 90 would be the equalizing goal for the Oxford Wildcats. Anthony Jabaro taking it himself.
Jabaro, a backline player, kind of an outside marking back, was pushed up on that. He beats his defender after taking a pass from a teammate, and that just bends just above Callio into the back of the net.
What looked like an awkward position for a left-footed shot was delivered perfectly to tie it up at 2 here at Berkeley High School. We're all tied up here. And as we just saw at Troy High with the Colts going down, getting their first loss of the season, the tables have turned, and now number 1 is that much closer for the number 2 Wildcats and the number 3 Bears. As they continue battle with 15 minutes left, looking to decide a winner.
Talked in the pregame, this is going to be a great match, and both teams have delivered as we're not inside about 15 minutes and change in this contest. We've seen 4 goals. We've seen a multitude of set pieces deep in the opposition's territory, long throw-ins, crosses, great saves, shots off the crossbar, everything you would want to see in a match of top 10 ranked teams. Both sides have played very well. There's been opportunistic plays. We've seen forwards cash in breakaways. We've seen defenders come up into the attack and score a goal as well. So everything you would want to see in an OA Red Division match has happened here on the turf at Hurley Middle School here in Berkeley, Michigan.
That ball just coming out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Oxford. Oxford looking to take the lead for the first time in this match. A deep throw-in goes in, rolling outside, and will be collected by the Bears defense. The header to keep it in play will be brought back to the Oxford defense. Winding up and firing into the far wing. It's Bowlby. Bowlby looking to make a move. Can't do so, but it's enough for a corner kick. We'll take another look. They could throw it in from anywhere, Dan. That one just being the latest example is 2 hands from the keeper will be enough to save it. From that side, he could have thrown it into the goal all himself, if not for the keeper.
This is Oxford's 3rd corner kick, all in the second half. That first corner kick was a goal from Drew Cady, the senior center back. He bent that one in the 44th minute, and now he will serve another one into the box.
Bends to the outside. No Wildcats there.
Close to 20 players in that box, and it didn't look like hardly anyone even got a touch on that ball.
They'll throw it in again. Looking for a header, but it'll be cleared away.
So Max DeMeyer, the senior midfielder, he is uncorking long throw-ins into that box. That isn't a very tough weapon to defend against because you
taking a low shot just outside the right. You were saying, Dan?
Both chances have had great chances. Let's just put it that way. You've just seen two here in less than 30 seconds apart. This time Berkeley with a shot just wide of the net. We saw Oxford miss a similar chance in the first half, so both teams laying it all on the line. They both apparently would love nothing more to find a way to win this game.
And a corner kick for the Bears will be knocked to the outside. They'll try to repossess it. Just coming off the gloves of the keeper was what brought the corner kick to the Bears. They cross it, looking for their touch to keep it in. Over to a defender. It looked like it left play and would be a goal kick or rather a foul. As they send it to the logo. Still discussing possession. Wildcats in a race. 1-on-2 taken away. Taken back, trying to keep control. One-touch pass across. Headed up. Still loose, high in the air. Wildcats still looking for a striking opportunity. They'll take it from distance, and it'll slowly roll low to the left.
So that's the 10th save of the night for Nathan Callio, the junior netminder from Berkeley.
And now going coast to coast. Defense will clear it away. We got more soccer action on this Tuesday night. Hudsonville takes the 2-0 victory over Byron Center.
Two more top 15 teams in the Ottawa-Kent Conference. Byron Center's in the green division and Hudsonville is in the red division. Both those teams are very talented. You talk about teams in different parts of the state. Those are two more teams you could see perhaps make a run to the
Bears with another chance, and the keeper make the save. Looking for their third goal. Finding some space. Will pass it, trying to go for the hat trick for Nielsen.
Kyle Nielsen's
Mauser making the save.
Kyle Nielsen's been as dangerous of the players that we've seen on this pitch tonight. There's been a lot of great opportunity. He has 2 goals. He's put about 5 shots towards the Oxford goal.
The Bears take a corner kick. Low, drawing the keeper out. Who was the last touch? It looks like it was the Bears.
So inside 10 minutes of the second half, 2-2 Oxford and Berkeley. This is an OAA Red Division clash of the Titans. We talked about in that pregame. 5 of the top 15 teams in Division 1 call the OAA Red Division their home. We saw Rochester Adams knock off number 3 Troy High here on the Michigan Soccer Network. 1-0. That game just got done less than 10 minutes ago. Both of those teams in the top 10. Both of these teams, Berkeley and Oxford, in the top 10 as well, and they have delivered. This has been an action-packed game with a multitude of storylines as both teams are trying to find a way to make sure this game does not end in a tie, looking for some late-game heroics.
Trying to keep it in play, but it'll turn it over to the Wildcats. As with about 8 minutes to go, it's as if they play an 8-minute match, where the first goal could be enough to win it. The Wildcats were the last ones to score. But opportunities have been had on both sides during this second half. Oxford to the far side. Looking to make a move, crashing into the defender. It'll stay with Oxford. We have a YouTube comment from Dr. Max9YT referring to Oxford's second goal What a weak goal, but I disagree, finding that one to be fantastic. And another high point of the ball from the keeper will keep it safe.
The OA Red Division, I don't think there's such a thing as a weak goal. You have to take whatever opportunity is given to you to find a way to put that in the back of the net. Both teams able to convert twice in this action-packed game. We're not done yet as we're inside the final 6 minutes of this OA Red contest.
It's been a lot of Wildcats so far. Shoving away will keep it with the Bears defender. Wildcats not giving up, trying to battle through, but it's finally cleared away. Bears make their offensive moves to the outside, cleared away. Once again, it's Baraki. Been holding strong defensively on that far side for much of this match.
We talked a minute ago about that Hudsonville beating Byron Center in a top 15 matchup. Just got a text message from
we got to throw into the mix, and it's loose. Bears looking for another goal, but a hesitation amongst the chaos.
The Oxford defender was kind of trapped on the ground. Looked like the ball was pinched between his feet.
Looking for an angle. The defense trying to clean it up and clear away. And will come out of play. We have Chris McGuire in the chat looking forward to the Grand Blanc and Oxford matchup. And we are too here on the Michigan Soccer Network. That one is sure to be a lot of fun.
Grand Blanc is trying to defend their Saginaw Valley League championship. They won a year ago. Last year they finished just a point ahead of Midland Dow. This year they're in kind of a three-team race with Flint Powers, Catholic, and Lapeer. That's another tight race as well.
And both teams in a rush with less than 5 minutes to go to decide the match. You can tell the urgency. No time is wasted on throw-ins, on set pieces. They're go, go, go. Tackling on the Berkeley logo will give them a free kick.
It's been somewhat of a clean game thus far as we're in the final 5 minutes. It's just a combined 11 fouls against these two teams.
Taking the kick into the mix. Keeper with both hands up, knocking it up and away. We'll take another look at that one. I mean, they could do it from the logo, Dan. Dropping it in, two-handed punch. Will bring it to the close side. And will ultimately lead to a goal kick. Or rather, a free kick within the box.
A little body contact.
Oxford looking to flip the tables now, feeding it in, but only defenders in range. Got a Wildcat chasing, but outnumbered.
So 2-2 here late in this OA Red Division matchup. Will it remain a stalemate? Or will we see some late game heroics for either side as both teams have had a multitude of chances?
Racing for the corner, just trying to catch it. He does, but only to the keeper. There's Aiden DeRoss sprinting, only to give it to Mauser. And an opportunity, all you could do is pass it inside, hope someone's there to clean it up. So great speed and effort shown by both teams, looking to do whatever it takes to get the win today and trying to toss Brody Kane. It was Anthony Jabaro doing the throwing.
Kane put his arms up in frustration. He thought he drew a foul. The ball just went out of bounds. Referee says throw in. We're inside the final 3 minutes. This is a great opportunity coming up for Berkeley in the long throw.
From lane 3 into the box, headed away and cleared away. And with speed, interrupted and dispossessed. Oxford looking to bring it all the way, but could not do so. They'll be delayed. Now with less than 2 minutes to go. Still battling for it. Referee not calling that, as he deemed it unnecessary. The ball will be exchanged from team to team.
Oxford already has 4 draws on the season and 2 in conference play. If this game ends in a tie, that will be the 3rd stalemate in the conference.
We have the flag raised. This one will go for Oxford, it looks like. Foul being called. And Dan, a set piece like this could spell trouble for the hosting Bears. That is the previous goal scorer, Drew Cady.
Does he put this into the 6? Does he try to put this towards the far post? We'll see what happens here momentarily.
He winds up, takes it. Looking for the post himself, just a few inches away as it'll bounce out to the outside.
He tried chipping that to the upper 90, just a little bit unlucky as he hit that kind of a joint there at the top left corner of the goal.
And with the whistle blowing, that one was the last opportunity he had. And it'll keep us tied for the full-time score, a draw between the number 9 Berkeley Bears and the number 4 Oxford Wildcats. It's 2-2 in the OAA Red Division matchup here at Berkeley High School.
Everything you would want and more in an OAA Red Division clash. Both teams leaving everything out on the line, as we've seen just so many great opportunities on both sides from the beginning of the game to the very final seconds.
That being goal number 1 to break the ice for the Berkeley Bears. And Dan, like you mentioned, there were so many opportunities between both teams with great goalkeepers and made the scoring difficult. But with striking like that from the corner, you can make it work. And one of the craziest moments I've ever seen in high school soccer, it was the first deflection off the crossbar that was the goal, but the second effort was certainly there. And many other opportunities had in what was such an exciting match between two of the best teams in the state, ranked in the top 15 for a reason. It's been a whole lot of fun for you to join us here on the Michigan Soccer Network. We had 3 games today, 2 of which were in this OAA Red Division. And we had a whole lot of fun with you today. My name is Giovanni Mosheri with my broadcast partner Dan Stickred and our production staff, Corey Bird and Jonathan Turner. This has been a production of the Michigan Soccer Network. Be sure to tune in and subscribe for much, much more soccer to come from your place to be for all things soccer. So, from all of us here, we wish you a good night and a happy week. We'll see you next time on the pitch here on the Michigan Soccer Network.
The following is a presentation of the Michigan Soccer Network. In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, oh, the ball falls to Buckley. 1-on-1 with Etheridge. What a save! Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for girls soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickred. Ball comes in, a good hit! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge! Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net, the
effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos. Mario Canoe